I'm going to put this plug in for the members of BCC. I love you. Thank you for working hard. Thank you for, you know, cleaning up our Father's house the best we can to just make the accommodations so splendid that the people of God that just commence to be in the presence of God. BCC, you did an incredible job hosting this, putting on the best face you can to let everybody know that we love you. We appreciate your travels coming from near and far to just convene here in this convention. It's a wonderful time to come together. Our MCs call it homecoming. Well, this is our great reunion, a time where we get to see lifelong friends. Last night, I had not seen this man in a long time, and I got a text. He kind of, I cried so hard when I saw it, but I have not seen my friend, Joe Brushert, Pastor Joe Brushert, in a long, long time. And I worried because I didn't know where he was. This man, and I call him, he's a lot older than I am, he's a young man. We came together to start. And he was a spark plug down there in Escondido. And we talking about show me your glory, this man of God. And we're here, and we have these new individuals that are stepping out in faith. I'm sure that they're concerned. I'm sure they're worried about whether or not they have the stuff, the bug to do what God entails them to do. But I want to tell you, when you love God so much, let me hear this, church. When you love God so much, there isn't a wall that you won't run through for the glory of God. You know, and I know the world says, you know, we shouldn't do those things. We shouldn't serve in that capacity. The rewards of that, well, there are always some variable about the rewards, and everybody speaks about the ills of serving in the ministry. But I'm here to tell you, and I stand here, I am truly humbled. I get to serve my God. I get to serve a living God. I get to serve a God who, no matter what takes place in my life, I still win. And we as people of God, you know, I love to use this all the time. It's a video. Back in the day, we used to have VCRs, amen? For those of you that are younger, they're probably saying, what? We used to watch I'm a diehard football fan, and I'm a Raider fan. It's been hard years, hard years. But back in the day, in our glory years, I could remember in the VCR, come into church, I had to plug my VCR in so I could record the game. And I would always tell everybody, don't tell me the end score, because I want to go home and somebody told me the end score, right? But the thing was, I still had to watch it. And our quarterback got hurt. A number of players of our team got hurt. And I go, there's no way we could win. There's no way. But we won. And God reminded me just then, it doesn't matter what you go through. When you're in the ministry, my young brethren, you're coming alongside me. I may be supposedly on the top. No, you work alongside me. And because you work alongside me, no matter what the world brings your way, we still win. Come on, somebody. There's something about serving in the ministry. Yes, everybody's always saying it's hard. There's all these pitfalls. But you know what? For this to show up, show me your glory, to be in the ministry, God shows you his glory all the time. All the time. There's always something spectacular. Yes, I've known the dark, deep valleys of ministry, but I've always seen the high mountaintops. Amen, to the glory of God. There's something wonderful about being in the ministry. And yes, it seems like I'm putting a plug in for the ministry, but I've seen what God can do. Amen. You know, I know that people say that it's kind of funny. They use the word, and Pastor Stephen said humble. I don't believe you can actually say to yourself, to other people, I'm humble, because I don't think you're humble anymore. Does that make sense? But when other people say you're humble, then it changes the attitude, the climate. Everything changes because it's somebody, their perspective of your character. But I am truly humbled that your vote of confidence, and I see the youth of the leadership that the Lord has planted before us, and I am so excited. It always reminds me when I was a youth pastor. I think when you're a youth pastor, it doesn't matter how old you get, you just feel so young. The young people invigorate you, and at least they keep you on the lingo of the culture, right? And in fact, you go back home and you start talking like them, even though they may say, you can't talk like that. In fact, at work, there were times when I was working, for those of you that work on a professional level, there's being in church and being with family, right? So you take down your vocabulary because you're just your people, the people you love. But when you're at work, there's a certain professionalism, right? So you take your vocabulary, you step it up, right? So you use big words, right? And there's a certain decorum when you go to work, right? But see, the thing is when you're with your family and your church family, right? It's okay to say, when I'm at work, one time I was just getting ready to leave. We just had a mini conference, and I looked at all my teammates. We call them teammates. I looked at them and I said, I'm about